Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great today. And today we'll be talking about Under the Queen's Umbrella, episodes 11 and 12. I hope to be able to make through this video without coughing up a lung. I got a slight cough. As I said, there it goes. But we're going to be getting into episodes 11 and 12 of Under the Queen's Umbrella. And what a great episodes 11 and 12 was. It was a great weekend to watch this show as it goes on for Saturday and Sunday. So let's get into this. Episode 11 was about the final decision to get our crown prince. Everything that's great about the show was displayed in episode 11 as we kind of see our major players do their little under the table dealings, trying to get the scholars to pick the prince that's under the first concubine who just got demoted. What was his name? I can't pronounce it, man. It was like Song or something like that. Probably way off. Anyways, we see the Queen Dowager making her moves. And I kind of feel sorry for Consort Tai, if that's how you pronounce her name. She was the former maid of the Queen, who was then became his concubine, and her son, I always screw his name up, but it's the B word, Bogium or something like that. Kind of feel sorry for those two because he was actually a good prince who probably would have been a great crown prince and probably a good future king. He had a good head on his shoulders. He was very knowledgeable. He seemed to care about the people in a way, I guess you could say. But this and their storyline is basically if you start to if you start to try to make deals with people who are not very honest, it can kind of hurt your chances of becoming something better because they're going to use you as a pawn and discard you at the most convenient time. And this is what happened to them. They thought they could count on the Queen Dowager. There was the Consort Tai, the former maid, was willing to do underhanded things to get her son as a crown prince. But when the push came to shove, the Queen Dowager was able to use this to make her give up her son being the crown prince. And because they kind of made the deal with the devil came to collect, and they were forced to bow out of the competition for him to move on. They probably would have done better if they wouldn't have made that deal with the Queen Dowager, because the king was very much into what you can do, all about your own abilities, and not so much counting on other people to get you to over the top. And so, but because the Consort Tai was convinced, since she was lowborn, her son wouldn't have a chance to be the crown king, the crown prince, or eventually become the king. Like I said, she made the deal with the devil, and usually when you do that, it doesn't come out in your favor, and they were sacrificed so that the prince, Eugene, whatever. We'll call him Eugene. I know it's way off. I'm sorry if you're from Korea. I really apologize. I'm really terrible with names. If you're watching my English, the shows I cover from America, I can't pronounce some of those names either. It's something I'm really bad at. I guess I could try to practice to get better, but I don't know about that. Anyways, so our good old second son of the Queen is now our crown prince. And I think we made a huge discovery that the oldest prince, Prince Eugene, whatever, is not the biological son of the king. They've been making reference to this pretty much throughout the series because of the close relationship that his mother has with the doctor who was supposed to be taking care of the first crown prince. Looks like she's going to try to go to, speaking of her, it looks like she's going to try to go to that well once again and poison the new crown prince. I think she might be going to the well one too many times for that tactic. It's going to cost her. I just hope that her and her son get beheaded at the end. It'll be nice. I mean, if it was real life, I would hope for redemption, but it's a story. It's make believe. Let's kill some people off, all right? Even the Queen Dowager, got to get her out of there too. Speaking of which, I think the Queen is a little too nice, to be honest. And I'm not going to criticize her for not because she's a. I'm going to criticize her on that part. She's a very straight queen. She does everything by the books. You know, she isn't going to do anything underhanded, which I appreciate. But once you defeat your enemies, you know, you got to be like Games of Thrones reference here. You got to be like Cersei, man. You got to eliminate those people. Got to chop off those heads, get them exiled or something. You know, something more than a slap on the wrist. You got to get them out where they can never come back and hurt you in the future. Unfortunately, she's not doing this right now. She's being too kind, in my opinion. And we see that this kindness does help her in her gaining support for her sons. That because she's able to forgive. She's able to bring people under her to believe in her and to support her. But there's people, you know, there's times when you do that. You have to go by each situation. Like Concert Kai, is that her name? The first one where her son was trying to hang her. Yeah, that was somebody you try to bring under, you know, you support her because she's not really doing anything bad. She's not an evil person. Even Concert Tai was, as we saw, you know, the former maid in episode 11. You know, she demoted her for a while, made her clean her house, made her like a housemaid pretty much. But in the end, you know, she gave her a lesson. And it was nice to see those three women in episode 12 kind of work together to find a suitable wife for the oldest son. And we'll get to that part. This is kind of like a trilogy as we see the daughter of the Ministry of War, you know, the one that's been doting over the new crown prince, the second son. You know, she's all about him. She loves him, but it was like a love at first sight for her. First because he was so handsome, and then once she saw him get into action, she fell even more in love with him because how devoted he was to his work. So it's kind of so we did see in episode 12 another political play, I guess you could say, to select the crown princess. You know, the queen, of course, she wants the best wife for her son. And then we see the crown dowager. She's like, oh, we're going to pick a queen. We're going to pick a crown princess, but we're going to make sure she's terrible, like she's the worst one possible. And for some reason, she thinks the oldest daughter of the Ministry of War is that person. Probably because she has a reputation of the oldest daughter, you know, reputation that's going out, doing wild things. You know, but she didn't really do her homework. She didn't realize what kind of character this daughter has. Unfortunately for our new crown princess, the idea that she is connected to the queen dowager is what's turning the crown prince, the second son, off of her now. We did see flashbacks that he does like her. He did like her. He probably still likes her. He's kept the shell that she gave him. He's remembering the time they had together. And then I think when he was thinking about those things, he was kind of sad that perhaps she wouldn't be his wife. But then she comes his wife, but then, you know, it was reported that she's going to be under the Queen Dowager's, you know, it was the Queen Dowager's selection for her. And that's kind of turned him off to her because he thinks that she's going to be working for the Queen Dowager. Hopefully, and I feel like this solution is probably the easiest of all the stuff that goes on in the series. This is the easiest one to fix because all the crown princess has to do is go to the queen, you know, and you know the queen will ask her how things are going, and she says it's going terrible. He's ignoring me, and then the queen could go to her son and say, "Hey, what's up? Why are you ignoring the crown princess?" And then he can explain what's going on, and you know she'll say, "Hey, that's not really what's happening." Can be all fixed very easily, if you ask me. I was there for a minute, confused about why like the queen never talked to the crown prince about what's going on with the crown princess, you know. But then I realized, I think while she's training the crown princess, I believe he's somewhere off to another location, training, learning how to be a crown prince and taking his studies. So they probably didn't get to communicate on what's actually going on. But man, it was fantastic acting. I love the backstabbing and and the political play that was going on during these 2 episodes. Going on to the future here. Appreciate if you're still here at 10 minutes. Nobody stays this long, but I'm just going to go ahead and give my thoughts. I think going on to the future, we're going to see more of the rebellion side. I think the rebellion is going to pick up pace. I don't know if there's going to be like a big fighting battle. I hope so. I will really appreciate it, but I think it's going to be more handled politically. We see that the people trying to start rebellion. They're going to try to show that the first crown prince, 20 some years ago, was actually murdered. And hopefully that would cause rebellion so that they can replace the king. I don't know who they're replacing with. I do believe there's still a son alive from the original queen. So they might be trying to get him on the throne. We'll see what happens. The fact that the original queen is still alive is kind of weird to me, I guess, because the Queen Dowager doesn't seem like she was a person who would leave her political enemies alive. But anyways, that's what happened. So I think the next 4 episodes will focus more on the rebellion. I think the next episode will have our last gasp of the fallen consort to get her Prince Eugene on the throne. I think it will fail miserably. It looks like in the previews that the Queen Dowager is on to the fact that he's not her grandson. So she might lose support there. And then I will say probably 14 and 15, the last half of 14 and 15 up to 16 will focus on the rebellion part. We'll see what's going on. I think eventually the relationship between the crown prince and the crown princess will be resolved. And I'll end it right here. 12 minutes is a long time to talk about this, but very enjoyed this series. It's fantastic. Hope everybody has a great day, and hopefully I'll be talking to you tomorrow. Bye.